talk about brushing your lashes today. Should you brush your lashes? Should you brush your lashes if you don't have extensions? What's the right way to do it? What's the wrong way to do it? Those are a couple of the things that we are going to cover on this video. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of tools, and don't fret if you don't have mascara wands at home, we're going to cover that too. Let's get started. Okay, so normally your tool would be something like this, just a disposable mascara wand. Your stylist has probably provided you with numerous disposable mascara wands, probably one after every appointment, I would assume. If not, these are something that you can typically order, from Amazon or anything like that. They are synthetic, at least this one is, okay? I also have a silicone version as well. So they both work really great. They just do a little bit of a different job. One is silicone, it's a little bit more sparse in fiber, whereas this one is obviously a little more dense in fiber. So when we're talking about brushing natural lashes, you might be wondering why you should even do that. And think about it. If you're doing your makeup, you've done foundation, concealer, maybe eyeshadow base, the potential for a little bit of that to get into that lash line and kind of clump those natural hairs together is actually realistic. So to go back and separate your lashes prior to applying mascara will really help straighten, separate, and all of that good stuff before you go in with your mascara at the end. So that is why I recommend brushing lashes that don't have extensions. Now, when we talk about lashes with extensions, there is a right and a wrong way to brush them. I actually have just completed my makeup, and so I haven't brushed them back out yet, which you would definitely want to do at the end of your makeup application, or when you wake up out of bed and they just look a little funky, like they need to be brushed back out. This is how you're going to want to do that. So I always recommend to start at the top of the lash line with the eye closed and to just delicately go through and roll out, okay? So this is going to really brush through those extensions without pulling and tugging at the base of the lash. So you can already see that that has fluffed everything out really nicely. After you shower, because you are a great guest and you have washed your lashes, they will of course need to be separated after they are dry. So you've cleansed your lashes, rinsed them out, let them air dry, and now you're going back and separating to add that fluff back in. So one more time, I'm gonna go back here, okay, and see I'm just kind of delicately rolling that, and I actually got those, I'm happy with where they're at, okay? What if I were not happy, I could go back, and let's do this eye, I'll show you over here. Okay. And guys, I'm just kind of delicately rolling that with my finger, okay? So I can go get all that nice and separated, right? And then I can even come back this direction and just lift a little bit. And I can even use the point of this mascara wand to get into that inner corner. Maybe I'm just detailing, a couple of hairs. If you find yourself not able to get your refill, like, I don't know, maybe you're stuck in quarantine or something, this helps when you're looking a little more sparse as well. So you can kind of guide those fans or classic extensions over to hide some of those areas that are looking a little more sparse. Okay, now let's talk about what you would use if you don't have a mascara wand. Fear not, there are a couple of options for you. Yes, they are weird, odd items that you would typically find around your household, but that's the part that is fun about being in quarantine, is you have time to get creative. So what I would suggest if you don't have something like this, first and foremost, find an old tube of mascara, okay? Find a tube that's empty or dried out, and I want you to take the brush out of it, and I want you to clean it. Yeah, repurposing at its finest. Clean it off, get all of the mascara residue out of it, make sure that the water is running clear and everything. I loved using baby shampoo for this. It actually helped a lot. And then letting it air dry. And then you can actually just use that as we did in the earlier videos. So that's option number one that I would think would be the best for you. Okay, here's where it gets weird. I travel a lot. And even if you don't, you just have an old toothbrush. I have actually taken just a travel toothbrush and I have cut the two layers. See that? You can kind of see that a little bit. I have cut those outside layers to be shorter so that this one in the middle is still longer than these. And then you can actually come through and comb that way, believe it or not. When in doubt, find yourself an old toothbrush and that'll work. Okay, so option number 1, old mascara wand that you have cleansed all of the mascara off of and let air dry. Option number 2 is gonna be an old toothbrush that you can trim down. And then option number 3 that we're gonna talk about is a fine tooth comb, something that is very close together. Ooh, I love that sound. Okay, it doesn't have to be a rat tail at the end, but something that is fine like this is going to be most useful. And then of course, guys, I'm just gonna come in and do the same thing, okay? The end that doesn't have teeth, you can use that to kind of bump up if you need to, right? And then you can of course use the corner. I'm not gonna show you guys how I would go through and separate that because I don't want to endorse poking yourself in the eye, so we'll just move on from that. The 4th and final option that we're gonna talk about is actually something that all of you parents who have kids at home may have in the house. It is a pipe cleaner. That's right, just an arts and crafts pipe cleaner. May or may not have that. I actually don't have one here, but I am going to attach a photo of one at the end of this. And so taking a pipe cleaner and just folding it into a teardrop shape and then twisting those ends together, like you'll see in the photo, will actually spread the fibers out a little bit, and you have a little handle at the bottom that you can go and comb with as well, and you can even kind of rake down atop those lashes. I hope that with this, you've learned the proper way to comb not just your extensions, but your natural hairs as well, and other tools that you can use inside your house if you find yourself without a mascara wand. Thank you guys for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!